One of Celtic's key players has been linked to a January move to a Premier League giant, and if this was to materialise, there would be huge fan backlash. We will go over this story in today's video, whilst of course covering all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours.
But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.
Jim Goodwin piles pressure on Hearts' title challenge to Celtic ahead of Dundee United Tynecastle clash. Celtic face Kilmarnock at Parkhead as Dundee United travel to Hearts, and Jim Goodwin has thrown down the title gauntlet to the Tynecastle club. The Dundee United boss talked up Hearts' position at the top of the Premiership table while questioning whether Derek McInnes' side can handle the pressure from Celtic. Goodwin said, "Given the level of investment that's been made in the squad, Hearts fans expect them to be there. Derek McInnes deserves huge credit for what he's done, but that brings its own pressure. Can they maintain it? Can they stay there? Celtic and Rangers have both made managerial changes and got a bit of a bounce. It makes for an exciting league." This isn't the first time Goodwin has commented on Hearts' challenge to Celtic, previously calling their rise good for Scottish football, but warning that consistency will define the title race. Now for the main story, as Celtic risk fan backlash as Leeds plot massive move to sign Starman. Celtic have endured a chaotic season marked by fan protests, managerial exits, and inconsistent performances. Brendan Rodgers quit on October 27th after disputes with the board over transfers, sparking further unrest. Reports reveal Leeds United are eyeing Sebastian Tunekti for a January move, but insiders say Celtic have no plans to sell. Doing so, it's claimed, would risk extreme backlash from supporters already furious with the club's direction. Tunekti only joined from Hammarby on deadline day, and sources suggest it would be a massive surprise if Celtic let him go so soon. Dazen Maeda is also reportedly open to a Premier League move, though Celtic previously insisted they won't sanction a mid-season exit. With Rodgers gone and uncertainty growing, holding on to key players may prove difficult. In other news, Celtic make move for Moroccan starlet Hossam Ezzalzouli. After under-20 World Cup triumph, Celtic's main focus at the moment is their search for a permanent manager after a 3-1 defeat to Midtjylland cast doubt over Martin O'Neill's long-term future. Despite the uncertainty, the club are already planning for January, with reports claiming they've made a bid for Morocco under-20 captain Hossam Ezzalzouli. The 20-year-old attacking midfielder captained his country to victory in the U20 World Cup in Chile, beating Spain, Brazil and France before defeating Argentina 2-0 in the final. Ezzalzouli currently plays for Union Touareg in Morocco, but is expected to leave soon, with both Celtic and Sunderland tabling offers, according to Africa Foot. Ezzalzouli is described as an energetic, creative midfielder who thrives between the lines. His leadership qualities have stood out at youth international level, and scouts across Europe have taken notice. For Celtic, the interest makes sense. With Paulo Bernardo struggling for minutes and potentially leaving in January, reinforcements in midfield are a priority. Callum McGregor, Arne Engels and Benjamin Nygren have featured heavily under O'Neill, but depth remains a concern. Completing the deal may prove tricky, however, with Premier League competition from Sunderland and other English clubs likely to drive up interest. In other news, the Green Brigade have released a series of emails they claim show repeated attempts to maintain dialogue with senior Celtic officials before the club imposed a 6-match suspension on the group. Celtic confirmed on Friday that it had activated a previously suspended ban following what it described as a violent and unacceptable incident during the match against Falkirk on October 29th. The Green Brigade deny any wrongdoing, calling the club's account disingenuous and unfounded, saying it's a cynical attempt to silence dissent. They published 2 emails sent earlier in the summer to CEO Michael Nicholson, Finance Director Chris McKay, and Operations Head Mark Hargreaves. The first, dated August 1st, expressed frustration at a suspended ban from last season and criticised the lack of response to repeated meeting requests. A follow-up email on August 12th referenced a positive first step meeting and proposed a fairer disciplinary process, regular bi-monthly meetings, and reviewing the Fairhurst report on police detentions. The emails appear to show consistent efforts by the Green Brigade to open communication, though only their side of correspondence was made public. The the group remains suspended for 6 matches, meaning they will not attend Sunday's Premiership clash with Kilmarnock at Celtic Park. Lastly, Hearts are still in the hunt to challenge Celtic for the title after a helping hand from VAR against St Mirren last month. Hearts were heading for their first defeat of the season in Paisley after St Mirren went 3-1 up, a result that would have closed the gap for Celtic at the top. But VAR intervened, ruling the goal out for offside, allowing Hearts to recover and draw 2-2, keeping their 6-point cushion. The SFA KMI panel have now reviewed the incident and unanimously ruled that the original on-field decision, awarding the goal, was correct. The panel members felt the VAR intervention should not have taken place and the goal should not have been disallowed after OFR for offside, their report stated. The panel's 3-0 vote against VAR was damning enough, but the most striking detail is the difficulty grade they assigned, level 1, meaning it was a simple decision that all officials should get correct. That rating exposes just how costly this mistake could be in the title race, with Celtic left frustrated as Hearts continue their challenge, aided by what the KMI panel deemed a needless VAR error. Lastly, Martin O'Neill admitted Celtic's Europa League defeat to Midtjylland was decided in a brutal first-half spell that saw the Danish side score 3 times in 7 minutes. The interim boss spoke after the 3-1 loss at the MCH Arena, acknowledging that the match slipped away from his team far too quickly. Celtic had held their own for half an hour before defensive lapses, and Midtjylland's intensity turned the contest on its head. The hosts' aerial threat and sharpness in attack proved too much for a Celtic side still recovering from their weekend exertions. O'Neill pointed to that short spell as the defining moment, though he praised his players for showing spirit in the second half to avoid a complete collapse. The Irishman also suggested fatigue may have played a part following Sunday's extra-time win over Rangers in the League Cup semi-final. He said, half an hour gone in the match, no score in the game, and then we conceded 2 goals within a minute, I think, and then a third one within 7 minutes. So naturally that turns the game. We showed a lot of resilience in the second half to keep at it, because the team could have gone on at that stage, but they showed a bit of character, which was lovely to see. I do genuinely think that on Sunday, the emotion of the game, everything went well. The extra time, all of those particular things definitely played a part. We just looked a little bit leggy. O'Neill's comments summed up a game that quickly slipped away from Celtic. They started well, but lost focus and shape once the pressure came on, allowing Midtjylland to take full control before half-time. The team showed a bit more fight after the break, but that short spell in the first half had already done the damage.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comment section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.